Today I have the keys to a 911 Sport Classic. So come with me as we take Porsche's love letter to the Carrera RS for a drive.
Be sure to log into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video.
The 2023 911 Sport Classic follows up the 2010 original, a 997.2 generation car that was not sold in North America. Porsche took the magic of that car and developed it even further, turning what could have been a stylistic exercise into something with substance. According to the head of Porsche exclusive manufacturer, the Sport Classic celebrates Porsche's history in the 1960s and is the second of 4 heritage design cars. The first was the 2021 911 Targa 4S Heritage Design Edition that commemorates the brand's history in the 50s. A new 911 ST celebrating the 1970s is rumored to be next in line. The Sport Classic is the most expensive new 911 for sale, starting at an eye-watering $272,300 before options and the delivery fee. That's more than a GT3 RS. The Sport Classic is limited to 1,250 examples, mainly due to the turbo-style rear fenders without air intake holes. The tooling can only manage a bit more than 1,250 pairs of fenders plus replacement fenders before needing a refresh. The specifications of the Sport Classic ensures it has unique looks and driving dynamics that aren't offered in any other Porsche. Hence, customers are willing to pay extravagant money. So what is exactly so special about it? Porsche gave it the twin turbocharged 3.7-liter 911 turbo engine, paired it with a 7-speed manual transmission from the Carrera line, and switched from the turbo's all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive. It's the only Porsche to feature the turbo engine with rear-wheel drive or a manual transmission. PDK is not offered. Unfortunately, the stock turbo flat 6 is too powerful for the 7-speed, so horsepower was reduced from 572 to 543 and torque from 553 pound-feet to 442. Fortunately, it's 167 pounds lighter than the turbo. Porsche says 0 to 60 takes 3.9 seconds and top speed is 195 miles per hour. Carbon ceramic brakes, rear axle steering, active anti-roll bars, and a sport exhaust are all standard. The car sits 10 millimeters lower than a turbo as well. Sport metallic paint, a double bubble roof, and those beautiful Fuchs-inspired wheels with staggered 20-inch front and 21-inch rear diameter. Inside, the seat centers and door cards feature cloth pepita material, while the rest of the interior is covered in black and cognac leather. I know at the beginning I said this is a love letter to the Carrera RS, and that's how you see it in Porsche's marketing. But I really believe this is more a tribute to the 930, the original 911 Turbo, because this is a turbocharged car and it's rear-wheel drive only, much like the 930. So maybe not so much the Carrera RS, but let's look at it as a tribute to the 930. All right, so this has the 7-speed. Unlike the turbo, which this is based on, the turbo only comes in PDK. This is available in manual, and that makes this car even extra special. The owner told me he found the Sport Plus and Sport Exhaust off is the best setting. So I'm going to go with the owner's choice and see what it's like. So let's go. The clutch engages pretty quickly. I mean, just right off the floor, it's picking up, which is nice. Easy feel. Sometimes clutches, they don't engage to the top of the pedal travel, but this one is very easy to modulate. Nice, beautiful horse country around here. All right, so there's a lot of low-end torque. And you can feel the boost come on. I know this is a 29 horsepower less than the turbo model, a little bit detuned, they say because of the transmission. I don't know if you're really going to feel it. I would gladly take those 29 horsepower to have the manual transmission. I think that's what makes this car extra special. It is everything you expect, being based on the turbo. It is such an easy car to drive. I mean, it feels like it has torque throughout the whole band. Not like the old 930s where you had that turbo lag, which makes the car special, but it took some training to learn how to drive. This has power all around. Unlike the 930s, this is a twin turbo, much like the Porsche's had now since the 993. Suspension, even though it's a Sport Plus, it is very compliant. It's a great Grand Tourer. Of course, it has a rev matching, which is absolutely flawless. So we can go through the gears here. Yes, this is it comes on very quickly, and it puts your head in the back of the seat. It's without a doubt a turbo. If there's any lag, boy, it is like milliseconds of a lag. It's got a lot of torque. And you can feel the rear wheel drive only because on the turbo, when I drove it, you can feel the front end grabbing. Here, you just got the rear end driving you. So you've got to, get used to it. It's not, you don't have the safety of the all-wheel drive. Now, obviously, you have the PSM helping you out, but, it's rear wheel drive only. It's a driver's car. Even from 3,000 RPM, plenty of torque. So the steering wheel is, they have nailed the diameter size of the steering wheel. It is just absolutely perfect. Feels like a race car, but the grip, the way you can see all the gauges. Porsche scores a home run with this, and I gotta say, the vintage looking tack, reminiscent of actually 356 is what it reminds me of, is a super nice touch. There's so many special touches on the 911 Turbo. It is one of the heritage editions, and it shows. This is definitely an extra special car. This suspension is very good in the confidence level. Nothing unpredictable. I would say it's almost neutral. I don't feel the understeer, but certainly no oversteer. Oh, there goes the boost. Maybe hit the red line. Yeah, it's plenty of power to make your smile ear to ear, but even at 3,000 RPM, there's plenty of grunt there. It's not lacking any torque. Makes you want to say wee. Gotta agree with the owner. He said he doesn't like the sport exhaust because of the burble. Sounds a little too boy racer. And you just hear a little bit of the burble when you let go of the exhaust, when the sport exhaust is turned off. But I tend to agree with them. Sometimes that loud burble sound is a little too much attention on you. But you definitely hear the engine. There's no doubt that this is a internal combustion engine powering you. You know, compared to a GT3, this suspension is compliant, but not soft. If that makes sense. You know, it's you can feel everything on the road, but doesn't feel like there's any body roll. But yet, my fillings are still in my teeth. They're not being shook out. It's a very well balanced car. Hit the brakes. Wow. These big ceramic brakes do a great job of bringing it to a stop. Oh yeah, second gear, you nail the throttle at 4,000 RPM and those two turbos start just spooling up and singing. Get in trouble really fast with this car. One of the things I really like about the cars now, the 992 chassis, is all the buttons. It's not through the screen necessarily. It's everything, sport exhaust, the chassis adjustment, all through buttons, not on the screen. So you can do it on the fly very easily. I wouldn't say these are the best roads as far as maintenance, but you're not picking it up. It's not jarring you when you run over a change in pavement that I can see, but the car is absorbing it really well. So dare I say, it's a pretty good Grand Tourer. So for those who are used to driving the normal all-wheel drive turbo, you are missing that, not necessarily grip, but maybe the knowledge of knowing that the front wheels are maybe giving a little safer ride. So this is pretty cool, the fact that it feels under acceleration, you may lose it. I know you're not going to, but it's certainly... I guess maybe it's in my head, the fact that I don't have that all-wheel drive, that this car could lose the rear end a little bit under acceleration. I'm not sure if I would do it in the rain. I would want that comfort of the all-wheel drive. You know, as we're filming this, the announcement of the RS Spider happened this week, and big topic conversation is PDK only. This car was special because it was manual only, and I've got to say, well, as much as I love PDK, wow, it does improve the driving experience having a manual and being able to control it. I know that PDK shifts quicker. I'm a big proponent for PDK. It's a really phenomenal transmission. But for running around country roads, I'm not. This gives you an adds to the whole driving experience. For the track, PDK, number one. For country roads and just being engaged a little bit more, a lot to be said. And this is the 7-speed. You know, a lot of people have written about how much they prefer the 6-speed, and that may be true, but so far this feels like a pretty easy transmission to shift. Finding the gears, no problem. It communicates really well. And we're coming to an end here. All right. Oh, what a drive! That was a treat. So now for some ratings. Let's start off with the car show, or the Cars and Coffee rating. I'm going to come short of giving it a 10 because I think a 10 might be for a supercar or hypercar, but I am going to give it a 9.5. This comes to any Cars and Coffee and it's immediately going to get all the attention, simply because so much has been written about it. You don't see that many of them. It's rare to see a heritage car in the flesh, and the Sport Classic is a Porsche home run. And I think, I know the owner. He's taking it to Cars and Coffee, and I can tell you that the car is completely surrounded whenever he takes it, and everyone wants to take pictures of not just the exterior, but the interior, because the interior is so well appointed. And the folks at Porsche did an incredible job of having that retro look, yet modern, and yeah, it nailed it 100%. So 9.5 for car show. For daily driver, I'm going to give it a, if you really wanted to daily drive this car, it would be a great car. It's, I'm not sure what not to like on it. My only concern would be is, with daily driving it, subjecting it every day to possibly someone hitting it. But I guess that's life if you're daily driving a car. But as far as amenity goes, it has air conditioning. It has still plenty of storage space like a 911. And I'm not sure I would ever take it out in the snow and salted roads, but with the right tires, there's no reason why this won't do well in inclement weather. So you got to give it like an 8 on daily driving. Yeah. Hey, if you, I would love to hear from anyone who plans to daily drive their Sport Classic, because my hat's off to you. That would be something, that would be a dream. As far as a road trip car, absolutely. Let's give it a 8.5. Maybe, yeah, let's say with 8.5 for a road trip car. Once again, plenty of space for luggage. Not as much as an SUV, obviously, but you know, you got enough room to take. You can go to the parade for 7-8 days and pack all you need in the 911. So for a road trip, yeah. And if you take the you stay off the interstates and you take the side roads, wow, that's even going to be a lot more fun in a car like this. Then we have the fun factor. This was a blast to drive. Porsche really did an incredible job developing this car. Kudos to them for not just rebadging a turbo, for making a rear-wheel drive only machine, something that enthusiasts asked for. And the best part is they're eventually going to come out with a GT2 RS. So this isn't the only rear-wheel drive turbo. We're going to see it again probably in the near future with the GT2 RS. But as far as an ode to the original turbo, they've done a phenomenal job. I give it a 9 for fun factor. It's a, how can you not have fun in a Sport Classic? So if you like the video, hit thumbs up. If you can, subscribe to our channel. We're trying to reach 100,000 enthusiasts, and that's what we are, is an enthusiast channel. So until next time, thanks for watching.